Concerns are growing for South Korea's market as tensions between North Korea continue to rise. South Korean stocks opened 0.25% lower than its closing numbers Friday, following disappointing figures from the U.S. jobs report. Seoul's sell-off saw 5 straight declines last week as rhetoric with Pyongyang grew increasingly hostile. Exchanges included calls for a nuclear war, as well as vows to shut down what many regard as the last symbol of inter-Korean cooperation, the Kaesong Industrial Complex.
After today, the disruption at the Kaesong Industrial Complex will rapidly increase. 100% of the South Korean companies in Kaesong are facing problems in their operations at the moment. It is meaningless to talk about operation stoppage. We want the operation to be normalized as soon as possible so that our companies that are almost dying at this point can survive. We sincerely appeal to the government.
South Korea's benchmark index is close to its longest stump this year, since a 6-day losing streak in February. South Korea's top economic policymakers held an emergency meeting Friday to gauge the impact of the current inter-Korean tensions. Officials say the country is prepared to take strong action if the financial market is destabilized. Still, financial firms in Seoul argue that South Korea's stock market has become immune to North Korean tensions. Morgan Stanley published a paper last week for its clients, outlining how on average events related to Pyongyang had no short-term response, assuring investors that harsh rhetoric will be as far as the conflict goes. Provocations could continue to escalate throughout this month, given upcoming major celebrations in North Korea, such as the birthday of the founding leader Kim Il-sung and Military Foundation Day. But full-scale military conflict is unlikely in our view. Analysts agree, suggesting that Washington's public warnings of what they call Pyongyang's provocation was the large reason for why South Korean stocks plunged last week, further adding that the jointly operated Kaesong complex will most likely reopen.
The Kaesong Industrial Complex, which is related to South Korea, provides benefits to North Korea's economy and diplomacy. North Korea is currently reacting strongly in regards to the Kaesong complex because of domestic policy and external pressure. But this is just the short term, and I think they will show a different stance in the long term.
Although diplomats and experts alike say dialogue may be the only way to resolve the conflict, the South Korean government claimed early this week that the present conditions are not right. Joseph Kim, Press TV, Seoul.